Hello, friends, and welcome to another video. This week, I'm going to be mixing one of every lip gloss from Sephora together into a Mega Franken-Phora lip gloss. Because the trend cycle demands, matte is out, shiny is in, and I must destroy. So previously on our channel, I've mixed together a lot of things, including hundreds of lipsticks from Sephora and from CVS, as well as eyeshadows, foundations, highlighters, and non-makeup items like candles, soaps, and bath bombs. But never glosses. Glosses have escaped my deranged wrath, mostly because when we started our Franken series 5 years ago, glosses weren't really in the spotlight. It was more about matte liquid lipsticks and highlighters, but over the past few years, as the wheel of the trend cycle turns ever forward and then back onto itself, lip glosses have come back in a big way. From aesthetic small batch homemade gloss videos to big brands turning in their lipsticks for drippy, shiny, glittery lip oils. And as someone who went through middle school and high school in the 2000s, I've worn my fair share of lip gloss. From Bonnie Bell Flip Gloss to Vanilla Lip Smackers to Juicy Tubes, it was a wild, sticky ride, the 2000s. And so, decades later, I greet gloss as an old friend. Not as a young upstart, but as a worthy nemesis whose resurrection was foretold by the stars. Gloss would return, and I would have to conquer it. So today we shall do battle, because in this episode of Bad Makeup Science, we are heading back to the scene of our most infamous crime, Sephora, and buying one of every shiny, slippery, oozing, glittery, sticky lip gloss they stock, to mix together and create a single Franken gloss that we hypothesize will represent the average or most marketable shade, finish, feel, and scent/flavor of gloss that Sephora carries. As always, it's not good science, it's just plain bad. Also, as usual, we will be doing a subscriber giveaway with the extra Franken glosses that we make. So if you're interested in getting one, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll leave more instructions at the end of the video. Now, before we go and ransack Sephora, I just want to take a quick moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Casetify. Purveyor of fine cases for a wide range of devices, including my aging iPhone 11 Pro, which has been sporting this Casetify case for I think at least 3 years at this point. Casetify's new impact cases are made with EcoShock technology that provide protection from up to an 11.5-foot drop. In case you accidentally drop your phone off of a very short balcony, or when you're standing on top of your friend's shoulders pretending to be one very tall person in a trench coat. That's some serious durability, and it's still sleek, slim, and stylish. Casetify also has a huge range of designs and prints to choose from. I personally, as you can see, am partial to these aliens, but they also give you the ability to customize your own designs. And Casetify's cases are made from 65% recycled and plant-based materials, and partially made from old, upcycled phone cases. So they've basically melted old cases down together into a new case. So it's basically a Franken case. See? Incredibly relevant to this video. So make sure to go to casetify.com/Sophia for 15% off your next order. And now, to Sephora we go. All right, I need a basket for sure. Where shall we begin? Now, we actually got permission to film at the Sephora nearby after hours. All right, we're gonna do Fenty first, and I know Miss Rihanna has a few. So as not to disturb any other customers with our depravity. All right, and this is old school, right? We just need to grab them by the handful, basically. Yes, 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 yes.
I feel like we have this whole place for ourselves right now.
I know, it's so serene. It's so calm.
Yes.
It's quiet. Too quiet. And though obviously our mission was to pick up literally one of every single color from every single brand. Ooh, yeah, here we go. I got some Huda Booty over here. We had to make a few rules to ensure the success of our experiment. I do see a couple from Selena. You know what they say? You gotta keep an eye out for Selena.
Someone did say that one time.
One time. And we decided that the best thing to do would be to keep everything in our mixture liquid and exclude any solids. Ooh, Juicy Tubes. These are old school. So lip oils, yay. Gloss sticks, nay. That's pretty close to like one full one, I think. All right, I'm gonna put this at the front. With that caveat in mind, we were able to find glosses from 31 different brands. I have some balmy gloss tinted lip oil. It's like every keyword possible. With the Sephora usual Solar, Horizon, Ignite. Actually, any makeup brand usual, bizarre names, Sublime, Child, Halo.
How did Child get in there?
What the hell? And thankfully, a wide variety of colors, finishes, and opacities. I'm trying to both ransack but also leave it nicely.
Ransack nicely.
Something I was excited about with the glosses was that besides color, we would also be able to evaluate the finish, the shimmer, the stickiness, the smell, but I didn't really consider that a lot of glosses nowadays are plumping, which means that this thing is gonna be spicy. Glossy lip injection extreme? That's like just straight up mean. So I guess that's gonna be another element we're gonna have to consider in our final Franken mixture. Yeah, the Too Faced ones are threatening. It's a lot of needle imagery.
I know, right?
I'm scared. But after an hour or so of hunting and gathering, I'm like literally doing a lot of squats right now.
Yeah.
It's like, this is hard. We had collected a grand total of 297 lip glosses.
Can you hand up?
I'm good. No, I got it. I'm leaving the Sephora with hundreds of lip glosses and also my dignity.
Keep telling yourself that.
And after checking out,
Do we have enough receipt paper in here? Let's just make sure about that.
we grabbed our 6-foot-long receipt
Oh my god, it's beautiful!
and took our booty home.
Triumphant.
All right, so we are here in our kitchen with hundreds of lip glosses, ready to detube them and put them into one giant Pyrex. It's detubing time, baby. Now, as per usual with our Franken experiments, we did a bit of prototyping beforehand of our chosen method. We've conquered soap, we've conquered lipstick, we've conquered eyeshadow. Lip gloss may still get the best of us. It's sticky, it's gloopy, it's viscous, it's thick, the tubes are narrow, and the tubes are actually all different from brand to brand, which adds even more challenge. So we have a variety of different methods that we're gonna be using to remove these lip glosses from their tubes. And because there are so many and some of the methods are physically strenuous, not only are we gonna be having Tyler come in to help detube, we're also gonna be having a couple of team members grabbing some and doing some as well. And we divided our 297 lip glosses into 9 different color categories. And we're gonna be starting off with the pink. Now, the first and easiest method we're gonna be employing is with these gel tubes, which you can basically just cut the back end off of.
Oh, the lip gloss is already coming out.
And then squeeze out the gloss inside.
Like a tube of toothpaste?
Go-gurt.
Like a Go-Gurt? Like a Go-Gurt. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh yeah.
Unfortunately for us,
That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah.
not all of them are like that.
It smells watermelon-y. It does.
It does.
In fact, most of them come in these hard cylindrical tubes. And for these ones, it's all about the formula. For the glosses that are less viscous and more runny, you can kind of just remove this fun stopper here,
Similar to how there is one of those on like a handle of Captain Morgan.
and then scrape your gloss into the bowl. However, since a lot of it will stick to the spatula,
We have this weird thing. It's actually a makeup organizer, but it has a hard acrylic edge.
we determined after hours of prototyping that we should scrape our spatulas off onto a piece of plastic.
Title flashing. Hundreds of hours of prototyping.
And then let gravity slowly let that gloss drip into our Pyrex.
It eventually works. See, there you go.
We call this the bat poop method.
We originally tried just turning over the glosses to see if we could just let them drip out, but the glosses didn't really want to leave the tubes by themselves,
This is how it works, guys.
and we didn't want to heat up or boil the lip glosses for fear of the plastic getting into the gloss and therefore ruining it. Same goes for just power sawing the butts off of the tubes.
This whole demonstration has been shockingly demoralizing to me.
All right, well, we have one more method to show you.
In case that didn't seem complicated enough, there are also some of these cylindrical glosses where either the tube is too narrow or the gloss inside is too viscous to just use a spatula. So for those,
We gotta use this.
You look unhinged.
This is an oil extractor.
which is sort of like a large, pressurized, intense syringe.
Apparently, it's very physically strenuous, is the problem.
Forearms
Which
ready.
is why Tyler's here, because
Yes.
he's got 4 arms of steel.
For some reason, my forearms are decent.
That's all you need. It's the only muscle Tyler ever works out.
You can do this by yourself, okay?
Yes, we tried normal syringes, which worked for some of the glosses,
There it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah, keep going, keep going.
but for the thickest formulas, they just didn't have enough suck.
It's like a dentist sucker, dentist vacuum. Keep going. Harder.
And in order for the oil extractor to get a good squirt out,
All right, now try and shoot it out.
you have to collect some gloss from a couple of tubes.
This is gonna work, guys.
So here is a better shot from a few glosses later to show you what we're going for.
So that's the idea.
Yep.
I know this method seems a bit much, but we can assure you that we tried a lot of stuff, and we decided this was the best.
We covered the clock so you guys wouldn't be able to keep track of the time. That took about 50 minutes.
Okay, so now on to the rest of the pinks.
All right, let's do it.
Now, pink was our biggest category with 90 glosses, and we started off with the 9 squeezy tubes.
Mostly Juicy Tubes, Milk, Sephora, and Cali Ray. I don't know who that is.
Jepsen?
Just to get the easier stuff out of the way first.
Oh, okay, the Juicy Tubes are where it's at. Oh!
Though even starting off slow, it was clear this was gonna be a pretty messy process.
Can I scrape my hand against this thing?
Yeah.
Perfect. Love it. Into it.
Now, within our pink glosses,
This is so deranged.
69 of them were considered to have a high shine finish, aka no glitter. 21 of them were either shimmery, glittery, or metallic.
Ooh, sparkly.
10 of them were considered lip oils, and a whopping 41 of them were plumping. Ouch.
This one smells like a big red gum,
Oh yeah.
right?
And though it was kind of slow and gross,
I like how this is the method.
we were getting through it,
You guys witnessing this right now? Unfortunately. That's a big glob.
as Tyler had coined his own new method to try and get the scraping done faster.
I just went like, and then it just started coming out.
Are you just beating it up like this?
And push it out and then start, yeah. See,
Oh wait, it is working. That did get a lot of it out actually
Yeah.
at once.
The oil extractor we were still working on.
ready? Going. Fire. Okay.
Some of it came
Yeah,
out.
some of it came out.
All right, try again.
Sometimes it's hard to see,
I don't know what's happening. There's just trembling.
but we were getting better at it.
Yeah,
Let's go!
let's go.
Basically clearing all of our tubes,
That looks, oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, we're figuring it out. We are figuring it out,
All right,
people. Maybe.
and getting a lot of gloss into our Pyrex.
Let me hold Tyler's rod really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Get a steadier stream.
Ooh.
Sometimes at the detriment of different parts of Tyler's body.
Nailed it.
That's all I got,
Nailed
yeah.
it. Nailed it.
It's just gonna have like an indent of the pump on my ab. On my single ab.
And after combining our glosses with our off-screen glosses,
Yeah, like squeegee it out. Yeah.
we were ready to dive into our next 200 glosses. So our nude category was 75 glosses deep,
Here we go. Here's the first nude.
Oh.
but we split them up into 51 lighter nudes, so beiges, taupes, and salmons, and 24 darker nudes, so browns, mahoganies, and terracottas.
Grab a ghoul. Elena was afraid of getting whacked, so she dropped it. Oh, it's Tony Soprano.
Notably, this category was on the more calming / less spicy side, at least compared to the pinks.
Kind of smells like chocolatey mint. Mint chocolate is a thing. Not chocolatey mint. Mint chocolate.
As 10 of these guys were lip oils,
Ooh. Oh, it's coming out. Oh. That's a lot.
and only 24 of them were plumping. And throughout both categories, there wasn't a ton of shimmer, as there were only 9 glittery glosses in the beiges and 4 in the browns.
Yeah, I definitely just dabbed your boob with this.
Nice. Nice. Here's this one.
Grab a ghoul.
But even if the glosses themselves were a little more mild, the process remained unrelenting.
Yeah, I'm getting sore in places I never knew existed. It's my legs, it's my back, my forearms.
Your crack?
My crack is fine.
I think we might owe Tyler another episode of Spa Husband after this one.
This is what you subscribed for.
Well, certainly not that.
This is what you asked for.
No one asked for this.
So after wrapping up the nudes,
Oh, I can see the bottom after that round. Hell yeah.
dude, you nailed that.
Thanks.
We were ready to move on to our next category, the mauves.
All right, let's do it.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold
no,
on.
we actually have to wait.
Hold on, sorry. I have to spatula my hands.
That's the sign that you've gone too far. What are you using your spatula on? My hands.
Okay, great.
The mauve category had 33 glosses,
So my arms are tired. Let's do this.
containing somewhat amorphous colors like roses, dusty pinks, and muted berries.
I'm just milking this milk lip gloss right now.
Yeah.
This is like an udder. sort of.
Could you milk me, Soph?
Teat imagery.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this category was also light on shimmery glosses, and lip oils, and relatively medium on plumping glosses.
We got everything in this video, okay? We got all the humors. We got potty humor. We got teat humor. We got Gabagool.
Toilet, teat, and tri-state. There you go.
And after a couple of hours of doing this, we were kind of getting into a groove.
Deal. Come out, whatever you are.
Using Tyler's speed poking to plow through tubes at an accelerated rate.
Should I try the Tyler method here?
Yeah, disconcerting plunging. I don't want that to be dubbed the Tyler method.
I'm really Tylering this gloss right now.
People are watching, oh, you poor girl.
Yeah, I guess I played myself. I'm married to you.
Yeah.
And using the oil extractor when we needed to.
Yeah, get him. Yeah, get him. Yeah, get him. There we go. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
You'll notice also at this point that we are starting to lose our minds a little bit more.
I'm talking about bare minerals, baby. That's too stupid. I can break your concentration.
Maybe you won't notice since we started off pretty deranged.
There she is, Miss America. Is that how the song goes?
But it had been a couple of hours, you see.
Okay, two more.
All right, 2 more.
So actually, maybe it was time for a little Franken break.
I'm itchy and I'm hungry.
Oh, go get them then.
So after the mauves, we were on to the clear category.
Oh, I was coming out as like a log.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
And there were 31 of these,
Coming in hot.
Ooh, I like that little maple syrup action.
which encompass 19 just straight up clear glosses,
Just like adding in a nice extra layer of insulation,
It
right?
does kind of look like we resined it in there.
Oh, yeah.
A little.
as well as 12 clear or white glosses with a bit of glitter or iridescent shimmer.
That looks pretty too. What was that sound? Are you alive? Did you just expire?
A little bit.
About 1/3 of these guys were plumping glosses, including a few of the very intimidating extreme injection Too Faced ones.
Too Faced Black Market Lip Injections. Too Faced Human Growth Hormone.
Two-faced, too furious?
And beyond my lips, trembling in fear of the Franken mixture to come,
Why is it trembling like that? What was happening?
Complete muscle failure.
Tyler's arms and abs were also trembling from exertion.
Why are my fingers trembling?
It's sympathy trembles.
So he decided to try using other parts of his body to help push the gloss out of the extractor.
All right, I'm gonna use my right pectoral.
This is like literally Tyler lactating. One squeeze and I will drain you.
All right, I'm drained.
As well as playing himself a happy working tune on his brand new set of pan pipes.
It kind of works.
Subscribe if you want a Peruvian windpipe made out of empty lip gloss canisters.
I kind of want that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
I kind of do want that.
And then we were on to our last 4 categories.
All right, we've got an Addison Rae, a Kosas, a Patrick Ta, and a Tower 28.
Starting with the 25 red glosses.
Love it, babies, they'll make your dreams come true.
Are you singing the Muppet Babies song?
Yeah.
Which only had 2 shimmery ones in the bunch and also made our bowl look like a crime scene.
Oh!
Anyone get hit? No, we're good?
That one was fast and to the point.
Too Addison, too furious.
The 15 purple glosses, of which almost half are plumping,
Ooh, bubble. Bubbles.
and the 18 peachy glosses, so colors like corals, mangoes, and blushes.
Charlotte Tillsbury.
This is Merritt.
Merritt.
Which overall skew shimmery, but less plumping.
Ready? Against my shoulder. Let's bazooka this.
Yes.
Get in the chopper.
Yep.
All right, ready?
And after we were done with our penultimate glosses,
Ooh, it's kind of like golden. It's like a golden shower.
Let's hope not.
we moved on to our final category, the miscellaneous colors.
They're mostly yellow, orange, and gold, so we're just gonna do it.
I love gold.
I do think it's interesting that there weren't any super bizarre colors like green, blue, or black,
Oh, I'm getting this guy. Tyson back, baby.
but this category was pretty much a grab bag in all other ways.
Oh, it does kind of smell like banana.
Like a banana pudding.
Like a runt banana.
In terms of scent, finish, plumpness, and brands.
All right, this is our last one. It is a Huda Booty. Whose booty? It's Huda's booty.
Whose booty is that?
And miraculously, Tyler was able to pull out one last squish.
All right, milk me. Like one of your French girls.
Oh, yes! Beautiful, beautiful.
And with that momentous finish,
That basically concludes the detubing part of this Franken experiment. We're still gonna scrape the insides of these guys and then combine our other off-camera glosses into this pot, but then we're pretty much ready to mix.
you heard me, it's mixing time.
I think I'm gonna scrape off the sides first and then mix the main part. Cool?
Ooh, deli.
So in our total Frankengloss mixture, we had a color percentage breakdown of a whopping 30% pink glosses,
Oh, it acts interestingly.
17% lighter nude or beige, 11% mauve, 11% clear, 9% red,
Oh, I love it.
I'm trying to be aesthetic. Sort of succeeding, maybe, maybe not.
8% darker nudes or browns, 6% peach, 5% purple, and 3% miscellaneous colors.
Ooh, groovy! Look at that. Almost like water marble-y.
Which, just from an eye test, is just a whole lot of pink, and variations or relatives of pink.
All right, so I'm gonna really mix it now.
Mix it.
Should I ruin it?
Ruin away.
All right, I'm gonna ruin it.
Obviously, based on our previous Franken experiments, one could expect this color to either turn out red, brown, purple, or berry colored.
I'm getting like red velvet batter vibes.
Yes, a muted brown bricky red.
And I think it actually settled on a nice midpoint between our Franken wedding cupcake color and Frankenfora lipstick color.
It's not 100% not Frankenfora, but it's not identical. At least I don't think.
No, it's brickier.
Maybe it is the same. When we swatch it, I'll bring out the Frankenfora and we can see. All right, so I'm gonna suck some gloss up into my syringe and then syringe it into one of our clear lip gloss tubes.
We also made a cute custom Frankengloss sticker for our tubes to add some air of false legitimacy.
It also has a disclaimer on it.
The disclaimer says, this is a novelty item and the full ingredient list cannot be verified. Use at your own risk. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
Thankfully, our formula was runny enough at 12% lip oil and also not in a narrow tube,
That's the sexiest damn thing I've ever seen.
so we were able to use a normal syringe for the retubing at least.
Trying to like make sure it settles at the bottom.
Oh, no. I love it. I love it.
I feel like that's good. I have one of these little stoppers. One of these little demons that we spent hours getting rid of on our other tubes. It's gonna go right back into our tube. So don't you dare try and Franken this, okay? All right, so that is a Frankengloss. Talk about Frankengloss, baby.
Now, in terms of formula,
Cheers. Oh, it's warm. It is spicy.
37% of our glosses were plumping, which I could definitely feel.
I put it on and it was cool, and then suddenly it was hot. It was like an icy hot patch for my bottom lip.
And I could also feel the lip oils at work as well.
It's very shiny. It's more slippery than sticky.
23% of our glosses were shimmery, glittery, or metallic.
Little spackle.
For a second, I thought you were trying to say spatula and you said spackle instead, but you meant sparkle with a Boston accent.
Spackle.
Which you could definitely see in the bowl, but less so on the face. Also, in terms of the scent and flavor, since Sephora and these brands don't officially declare what kind of scent they're going for, I don't have exact statistics, but throughout the detubing, I smelled bubblegum something.
Oh yeah, actually bubblegum is piercing through.
Really minty.
Ooh, that's refreshing actually.
Though the final concoction, interestingly, started off smelling like,
For some reason, strawberry comes to mind, but I feel like none of them smelled like strawberry when we were putting them in.
and then once on the face,
A little minty, a little vague fruity. It's not cantaloupes, but for some reason, cantaloupes comes to mind.
and I thought it tasted like berry, mint, and wax. Kind of like a candle tastes, which to me is very appetizing. Now, interestingly, when swatched side by side,
That is more different than I thought it would be, actually.
the Frankengloss was actually sheerer, warmer, and much lighter than the Frankenfora lipstick.
Like, it's more pink than berry, in my opinion. So, this experiment was worth something.
We've got range.
Which is reflected in the difference in the color breakdowns between the two. Though obviously these stats are a little bit old at this point, I think it's interesting to compare what colors brands think they can sell as lipsticks versus lip glosses. Though one could say that mauves and peaches would be recategorized as purples and oranges, it is shocking how much of a lead pinks have over reds in the Frankenfora gloss versus the Frankenfora stick.
I like the color. My mouth is a little numb, though.
But it was time to wipe off our gloss and call it a night, just to give my mouth a break.
Your lips are kind of chapped, so I'm worried for you. It looks like a nice color on you, though.
Until the next day when we would do a wear test.
I'm feeling a lot right now.
Yeah?
Top lip.
Yeah.
Top lip.
Let me see. Oh my God, I can see it actually. You look like you're doing like a duck face.
I do. I'm not doing a duck face right now. I'm just looking.
And Tyler agreed.
Lip injection.
All right, so it's the next day, or a couple of days later, but don't tell anyone, the next day. Now, a couple of interesting things I noticed when we returned to do our wear test. All right, here it is. Feels good now. One, it seemed less spicy somehow, still tingly, but I wonder if a little bit of time has subdued the spice, because I remember it being more painful than this. Maybe stirring up the glosses activated the spice somehow, so it'll start to fade? No idea, to be honest. I might be starting to numb, though. I might be entering the lidocaine stage of this lip gloss. Two, we hadn't really done a bona fide plumping test yet, so here's a quick shot of what my lips looked like before and what they looked like 10 minutes after application.
I'm seeing some plumpage, Sean.
I am also seeing some plumpage. I'm seeing a little bit of plumpage here. Three, it doesn't really smell like cantaloupes anymore. Not sure why. I'm thinking artificial cherry. I think that's where I'm settling. After that, we decided to venture out. First off, to see how long the gloss would last before needing to be reapplied. All right, so it's been about an hour since the initial application, and the lip gloss is mostly gone. I guess I didn't think it would last that long, since most glosses don't, but it did sort of lickety-split off my face. I kind of meant to check in at more of an intermediary stage, like, oh, it's fading, but then I looked in the mirror and I felt on my face and it was gone. Though interestingly, when we did our transfer test, ready? Cheers. I also thought that the gloss would wipe right off, and it did transfer, which is unsurprising since most glosses do. You can see some glitter on the straw. I don't think it's moving around my face though, is it?
It's subtly there.
It's subtly there. But it didn't seem like it all transferred off.
It actually looks like there's some still left on my face though.
So I wonder if I'm just secretly eating the gloss when I'm not noticing or something. All right, here it is. Ready? Let's see what we can do. Then we headed to Sephora to find a dupe.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not right.
No.
Nope.
That's not right either. No. I'm getting further away.
And to be honest, though I wouldn't have said our color was super unique,
That one's too baby, too pinky, too peachy, too dark, just right.
it was kind of hard to find a dupe of.
So far, Miss Rihanna's winning.
Rihanna's Fenty Glow was kind of close,
That's not so bad.
Oh, that's pretty good.
but in the end, Charlotte Tilbury had the best match with High Society, though that one isn't plumping.
My hand is a little itchy, I'm not gonna lie. Feeling it a little bit.
Why does it look plumper to me?
My hand just starts swelling up. Extreme hand injection.
Then we stopped by Nordstrom to recycle our empty lip gloss tubes. Though it was tempting to try and turn our tubes into flutes, we decided to highlight this cool beauty cycle service that Nordstrom does,
Here's the last bit, ready?
where you can drop off your empty makeup packaging and they will figure out how to properly recycle and reuse it, which kind of rocks. Okay, so that was my day wearing the Franken gloss. Overall, with a lot of struggle and strife, I do think we eventually conquered the lip glosses, and though our ending color wasn't vastly different from some of our other mega Franken experiments, it's always fun to have a new product, no matter how spicy it is. Though who knows, maybe by the time it gets to you guys, all the spice will have worn off. And in the end, we were able to turn our vat of gloss into 277 Franken glosses to give away to you guys. I really hope you guys like it. Beyond the tingle, I'm really into the formula. It's not too sticky, it's nice and slick, so maybe in some aspects, it really is the perfect gloss. On that note, if you'd like to try and win one of these bad boys, all you have to do is click that subscribe button, comment down below what we should name this guy, and fill out the Google form in the description box. But as always, apply at your own risk. It's not good makeup science, guys. I can't guarantee the quality of anything, especially now that Too Faced has insisted on adding an element of danger to the mix. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a big thank you to Casetify for sponsoring this video. If you liked that video, make sure to smash that like button, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Here are our various short form and social media handles, and here's our merch website. And with that, I will see you guys next time.